So I didn't really get up to too much today. I was awake for quite a while. I just ended up like watching videos and stuff, but this morning I ended up cooking the goulash, as we all know, Shadow's recipe from Discord. And yeah, I found out only after I poured all the ingredients in and it was halfway through cooking that my paprika was infested with bugs. So that was fantastic. I couldn't really uninfest my food, so I had to sit there and like hand pick out every single bug. I think my helper died too, which took like over an hour, like get out everything. But I mean, there would have been other crap in there as well. So, look, the main thing is hopefully it doesn't poison me, and it tastes okay. I don't understand phones. It's so random, a waiver. Where do I buy my helper from? Is it you?
What is it?
Welcome in. This house is swagging for sleep snuggling wolf plush. Oh, she's like $6,000 now to get a replacement. Yeah, I was gonna say a waiver. I have a channel point goal at the moment. I know you've always got points and stuff. If you want to contribute towards it, you're welcome to. It just makes my 7 Days to Die game harder. For when I do like my potentially either my affiliate stream or for like the rest of the month. Hey, this guy's back. Why is he back now? Did he just go inside for like 20 minutes when I came out here last time? Is that what happened? So, you're serious, you just don't understand phones. What is it specifically that you don't kind of get about phones? Like, is it like how they function or
What do you need?
like how they are now? Phone keeps rebooting and I can't use it anymore. Yeah, no, I agree. I don't understand. Look, I worked with computers. I did not work on phones. They're two separate little creatures. I also think I've got to go out to... Yeah, I've got quite a long way to run up here and a lot of people to kill. But it should be fine. Oh, shit. Hold on. Can I have my Valkyrie? There we go. Yeah, no, when it comes to, like, phone stuff, like, I can get the basics. Like, you know, generally how to, like, reset something, like, hard reset to, like, clear stuff, whatever. I know how to, like, force stop things. That's about it. It's just not something I've, like, invested a lot of, like, mental time into figuring out. Wait, there's a key here. I tried everything to fix it, but I can't. How was the phone? Because it could just be, like... It could just be, like, at its, like, point. There's a lasher out here. I even tried to do this dumb voodoo magic tapping fix. I swear they're just mocking me because they actually did it. Didn't work. Look, at least you haven't, like, done what was, like, really popular to troll people back in, I guess, like, probably the early, mid-2000s was kind of, a lot of people were like, oh, if you wanted to charge your phone fast, you need to put it in the microwave and stuff. Yeah, you know about it. I love how, like, I don't even have to say much with that, and you immediately just know. Like, because there was a big troll that people did for a long time. Was like, oh, if you put it in the microwave, it'll charge faster or something. And a lot of people said it with, like, Pokemon Go was, like, how to get your steps in Pokemon Go was to put it in the microwave. All of it was obviously a lie. But, like, if you're not really tech savvy, it's obviously going to, like, con some people. And it's going to be, like, a costly con, too. Heard it on the news. Yeah. I just heard it all over the internet because it was, like, a meme at the time. I don't have mana to hit. Yeah, it was a pretty big meme at one point. It was just, like, if you played Pokemon Go, you wanted to get your steps or something in. And I think people did it with, like, not so much, like, Fitbits, but they did it with something else like that, where they were like, oh, if you just want to get your steps up, just, like, put it in the microwave and do stuff. Any kind of metal thing in the microwave, anything with a fucking battery, any kind of, like, non-microwave safe plastic, all of that is a really bad idea. Because, like, it's either gonna break, explode, catch on fire, what else? Melt? I don't know if I said melt. But yeah, it's got a lot of, like, just bad. Don't do it. But, Oh, tried the fucking hell. I just noticed the contribute to the challenge thing. I see you're not gonna like let that go. But honestly, it is possible if I think Keelan calculated it was like at least 4 people every single day contributing towards it will get it done by like the last week of the month. But if it's like if more than 4 people contribute towards it a day, it will be done sooner. It could be like potentially up to like a week in advance. So it just depends. How you doing this morning? How's the change of hours going for you? Oh, come here. I don't have a lot of mana for this, so I'm gonna just try to like probably melee my way up here. Just because it's gonna save me a little bit of mana. Oh, as long as I don't hit the ones that explode. I also don't know yet if like I've got like everything scheduled next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to be off, but now next trip has been cancelled or like postponed or whatever. So I may end up, I do not know yet, but I may end up potentially streaming next week, throughout the week leading up to the affiliate anniversary. If I do, there's more opportunities for you guys to like, what do you call it, put points towards the thing. Otherwise, oh, I love it. Otherwise, I mean, I'll see how I go. Because I was looking forward to the time off, although I did kind of have like forced mandatory time off already. This like long weekend and stuff because no internet. But still, it's actually you need your expert computer help. And it depends. Let me tell you right now, if it's internet related, I'm useless. That is not something I studied into. I often like get these like questions and stuff like that, and it's like I had a choice when I was learning computer stuff at the point where I was more advancing in like career and stuff, and I had a choice to go into what was it? It was like servers or internet, something, whatever the fuck it was called. I can't remember. What are you grumbling about, Grim? Anyway, the point is I went into servers, not whatever the fuck internet. I think it was like internet, correspondence or some shit like that, where like if somebody was having internet problems, they'd call through, and I didn't want to deal with that because like that's dealing with people of all ages that don't understand what the fuck's going wrong, and I don't understand, so I don't want to deal with that. A lot of people get angry with that. Whereas if somebody's server in a company is going wrong, they're usually professional enough not to like just scream at you for like half an hour. So I went that way. But yeah, I didn't go too deep into it. Just like learnt some stuff. But I cannot save anything to my USB, and sometimes my USB doesn't show up on the computer at all. Depends on how old it is too. It could be just not detecting. It could also be that the port itself that you're trying to put it into could be faulty, not the actual USB. If anything that gets plugged into that connection is fine, then it's the USB. If not, then it's the connection. Like, basically, if you were to plug your mouse into that USB port, and if the mouse wasn't working, like, if it's already installed on your computer and it's not able to do that kind of thing, it's probably the port. That's kind of how to look at it. I want fire. But I want more Valkyrie right now. Yeah. What else? What's this? I've got stuff, that's right. Apart from that, I don't know. USBs can be like finicky shit. Honestly, I don't know how they are these days. You gotta remember, I haven't also been in computers for... Hold on. Let me do a quick calculation. I haven't been in computers for 12 years. So, whatever has come in that time, technology-wise, like, I won't know stuff with it. But, USBs fundamentally shouldn't have changed too much, just the insides got smaller and smaller, that's all I know. I did try, but I think it's not the port. It could just be the, I've got a lot of these. It could just be the USB. They do get, like, kind of faulty sometimes. You gotta remember, if you throw it in, like, your backpack and, like, travel around with it all day, like, take it out and, like, use it multiple places and stuff, it's gonna get, like, worn out. It's gonna get jumbled around. Shit's gonna move. Also depends on, like, if it was, you know, I'm not saying you have, like, lesser quality or something like that, but it also depends on, like, you know, how it was when you got it. Not everybody just gets new USBs, that's why I'm factoring that in. My hours have changed earlier this week. Now my midnight is my start time. Jesus. Like, at what point is it earlier to the point that it's just the next day, Panther? I couldn't imagine having, like, the times shift around so much. Like, for all the different jobs that I've had, they've all had, like, stable start times for the most part. Or I've been able to apply for what time I want to start. Come back here, you piece of shit. Fucking slowly walking away. Absolute cunt. Maybe the case. The USB does go everywhere around. It could be. That's kind of what I was thinking of. Is like if it's potentially loose. Because basically when you plug it in, it's just going to have, you know, like the little gold pins that should be... Hold up, let me get... There. You know the, like, 4 little gold pins that you should be able to see inside of, like, where you plug it in? Right? As long as those are also clean too. What's up, Phoenix? You gonna hop up? Not on me. You got a chance to sit on Nick's chair. He does on. That's Phoenix, for anybody that doesn't know. I sometimes fight over USB because there's important things are on it and people are too lazy to give it to me. Oh, man. I was gonna say, like, I used to have a few USB bars and stuff like that, but I always kind of found like they were really just... They were the most temporary things. Back when we kind of had them, they were pretty much just like, save something to move it between home and work or whatever, right? It was never like, save stuff on it permanently, because the shit was so easy for it to like just break or just stop working after a while. Yeah. I don't know, I sort of more... kind of knew a bit more of like hardware diagnosis kind of stuff. Like, you know, the guts parts of the computer. I was a lot better with hardware faults, because a lot of them are visual. It's pretty easy to like figure that shit out and then like, you know, replace it and whatever, versus like software. Software is a nightmare. Hated software related problems, always took ages. Mostly full inventory. I don't know, my internal clock is so out of whack. I slept for random small amounts of time. That hurt me too much then. Ooh, the last 4 days. Jesus. I've also had one of those cases where like I barely slept for like a few hours at a time over the last few days. But that's not because somebody's like told me that I have to get up and go to work at a specific time. That's completely different. I didn't want to break that. I was just trying to kill this guy. Looking nocturnal once again. I mean, it is nice to have you around, Triumph, though. I feel like for a while there, like, I could barely even, like, ask you what was going on and stuff, because I'm like, you're very busy. And then when you were here... Don't stand there, love. When you were here and stuff, it was kind of like, you know, you're already kind of, what do you call it? Focused on work as well. So it was kind of hard to catch up with you. Need that. I know there was a little chest back there. I'm not like trying to run through here too quickly and stuff. I am trying to get some extra XP. But I don't have to sit here and zigzag the entire map. I've already done it. When I get into the glacial pass, I'll clear that shit up properly. Hell. Alright, Jesus. Alright. Give me some actual health. I feel like a little bit of room left. So I'll kind of keep going. I remember floppy disks. I broke several. I had that too. That was also what was going through my mind when I was talking about the USB and how we kind of use them for like only saving temporary stuff and taking it between like devices and things, because like I didn't want to bring up the floppy disk, but I'm like, yeah, it's the same shit as the floppy disk. Was you'd put a file on it and take that shit home to work on. The floppy disks were a little bit more stable though. It was harder to break them. But yeah, I remember when I graduated, the first thing I did was I went home and I cracked open the floppy disk that had like probably all of like my final documents and shit for school, and I like broke it open to have a look at the inside of it. Like the other thing too was the computer company that I worked for were really encouraging of like if we had an older part that was going to get thrown out and it was broken and stuff like that, we were encouraged in our own time on premises to basically like pull the device apart and have a look at how the internals work, since it was going in the bin, and we could kind of like learn a bit more about it that way. Now, obviously, this is also fair enough before, you know, the internet was like super prevalent and you could just find out anything about anything. Like back, like nowadays, if I wanted to know what the inside of a floppy disk or a hard drive or something like that looks like, I can probably look up a diagram online. But that's not how shit was back then. So if you wanted to know, you either had to have somebody describe it to you or you had to actually open it yourself and find out. So yeah, we did. It was great. I got to pull apart so many things. Obviously all the things were trash and whatnot, but still, it was great fun. I had like a little destructive touch in there. Then we had like, when the hard drives of like special clients and stuff were to be destroyed in a way that was never to be recoverable. Oh, those were so fun. We'd basically, like, we would 100% know and have writing that it was okay. We were 100% going to trash the thing, right? And we'd go out the back and just perpetually smash it into the bitumen in the car park, like, and see who could break it more. And then we'd open it up to confirm that, like, everything's pretty trashed inside, and then we'd, like, scratch around and pull stuff apart, and oh, it was fantastic. It was great fun. But yeah, that's kind of what we used to do. Also, welcome in, Mathis. I'm just talking about, like, Waver's got problems with, like, a USB, but also I'm kind of, like, on a little nostalgia trip about, like, you know, old hardware and how great it was to, like, physically trash it because, you know, not so much, like, pre-internet, but it was just kind of sort of before I don't want an entire stack of that. It was sort of before it was kind of like you could just look shit up and learn stuff that way. And I don't know, the other thing too was most places would normally just like crack off, you know, the cable inputs on hard drives, and they'd be like, this is done, this is destroyed in a way that it can't be used. Or somebody else would get like a hammer and like smash it or something. It's like, no, we go out the back and like vent our rage about like shitty customers and stuff like that, or like whatever, and just like break the shit out of things in a useful kind of way. You have a Valkyrie. Yeah, I got a Valkyrie last week. The only thing is she makes a weird noise when I summon her. Not that, but she makes like a inflated. She makes like an inflated balloon sound when I teleport and when I bring her in, and it sounds so stupid. But if I turn it over to the old style and I teleport, she does like the breathing noise when she arrives. Yeah, it's really distracting because I'll like teleport somewhere and this balloon will inflate beside me. It's a Valkyrie. And I'm like, from my perspective, she's like a magical being that kind of like takes a breath and walks and stuff. Like, you know, instead of being like an inflation of magic in some way. I get these guys to explode at a distance so I don't get too hurt here. Also, I see what do you call it, contributed towards the progressive. I think that's 3 people today. So I think one more is like one more is kind of like the average to get it done on time. But if anybody else contributes and stuff, I might have to deal with it for, what do you call it? My affiliate stream. Wow. Yeah, so anyway, like I was saying, I don't know yet whether or not I will be streaming next week. Well, I'll be streaming like Monday and Friday 100%, okay? Genuinely 100%. But, well, unless I have no internet. I can't fucking account for that, apparently. But, the other days that I was supposed to take off, Nick's trip's been cancelled, postponed, whatever. So, I will have, I don't know. I can either stream or I can take the time off. But it kind of feels weird because I'm not like... No, it's fine. It's just Nick's currently injured. So he's fine. Let me clarify that. He is fine. It's just that he pulled his like hip or back or something like that doing like yard work and housework. So basically they can't technically send him to the site that he's got to fly to be able to complete the work and stuff. So yeah, instead of risking that, he'll I should be able to fit both of these in here. Instead of risking that, he'll just do it at a later date. Whereas I don't have room for that. What do you call it? Normally, whenever Nick travels and stuff, I enjoy having like that kind of like time to myself, just doing absolutely nothing. I'm gonna open up this because I'm gonna go back anyway. I'll drop the 5. No, give me that. I'll drop the 12. I know I could sell it, but I don't need all of it. There we go. I could have brought the other one. Doesn't matter. Yeah, hear that fucking balloon thing? Before he knows it, if you know, man. I'm trying to think of how old he is. If I'm 36, he's turning 33, I think. So, I've already told him... I've already told him to take it easy when he does stuff. To like be a bit more gentle on himself because his body's not going to just bounce back the same way as it did like 10 or so years ago. Like I have, as you guys know, I've got like multiple fucking, what the hell? Did that not play something then? Oh, there we go. Fucking hell. Welcome in, General Bardock and Raiders. I hope you guys are doing well tonight. What are you guys up to? Thank you for the follow. Sorry, I'm just like half through like nostalgia tripping. Where'd she go, Marla? Come here. Fix how it's going. It's going good. Just chilling. Nice. That's pretty much what I'm kind of doing too. I'm just enjoying a nostalgia playthrough of Diablo. I absolutely love the game, and I am just enamored with everything with it. So I haven't played Resurrected before, so I'm getting to see all the upgraded graphics and cinematics and having like just the time of my life with this. But I've got to kind of do a little bit of like double backing on what I did last week because I kind of rushed through and found Anya, but I kind of hadn't cleared out the area, so yeah, it was a bit of a problem. I ran out of time last week. Australian or Kiwi? I'm Australian, so I'm in Australia. I'm a Prolic, by the way, for anybody that doesn't know. And yeah, I don't know. I think like my accent's one of the first things I noticed, but I'm kind of like a little tired tonight, so I'm talking a lot slower than usual. Just to let you know, I normally have like a little bit more energy, but I am also like on average a tired kind of calm streamer anyway, so this isn't too far off the normal. But compared to my Kiwi accent, oh yeah, are you guys all Australian or kind of mixed bag kind of thing? Hold on, Phoenix has just come to join me. My cat Phoenix and Azula are here. And I'm surprised Phoenix isn't like telling you all about everything, but he's come up pretty close. He's up on the desk. From Phoenix. I like the timing for that. Come on, move your butt, Phoenix. Sorry, I've got cat butt going on too. Where did my helper just run off to? Yeah. Sorry, I don't get raided too often, so I'm a little like, I don't know what to do. So the thing, oh fuck, that reminds me. Hold on. I'll give you guys a shout out in a sec. I just gotta kill this group. I always forget to like do stuff like that. Normally somebody has to remind me. I don't want to raid. Hold on. Thank you for the follow, Dragon Tie, Bardock, and Busif. Let me know if that's wrong. I feel like that's wrong. I'm terrible with names. I'll do a shout out. Hold on. Yeah. You can kind of tell this. I'm not used to stuff, but I appreciate the raid, and obviously, like if you, it didn't work. Come on, try that again. If you've been streaming for a while and you want to have like a break and kind of go about what you got to do, don't feel like you have to stay. Did I get wrong here? Maybe I spelt a letter wrong or something. There we go. There we go. I got it. I did the thing. We'll rejoice now. I always fucking forget that that's a thing. I can't believe I remembered it this time. To kick some demon ass. Always trying to help the D2 community. I appreciate it. I normally don't get to like interact too much with the Diablo community because like a lot of people are playing it like really hardcore or doing like certain events and stuff like that, and I'm legit just like loving the nostalgia of playing. Like the cinematic going to here almost had me in tears because it's like one of my favorite cinematics, and it was so overwhelming because it's like I'm experiencing this game again for the first time. There's so many things, like this is my first time going up wherever the fuck I am, Ariat Plateau on what do you call it, Resurrected. I've played the shit out of Diablo itself over the years, but I haven't got to see it in all its glory. I'm more used to this, and I'm cool with this. I love this, but this is awesome too. I'm enjoying it, you know. It's a D2 streamer for a while, but decided to switch things up recently. Oh, nice. I just finished Diablo 4, and I did not enjoy it. But that's fair. I absolutely love Diablo 2, and it's very different from Diablo 2. And the entire time, I kept comparing it to Diablo 2, and I'm like, you know what? If I fucking love Diablo 2 so much, I should really just go play it. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. Sorry, let me catch up. Usually magic. Usually just find magic all day. Yeah, I don't have a lot of stuff to help me find magical items, so I'm not really getting too much of that, which I don't really mind. Hold on, that's the skulls and things. But I am woefully underpowered. To let you guys know, I'm doing the same kind of build I did on my very, very first character in my very first Diablo game when I was like 12. So basically, I've got an Amazon. She's called Kelly, and I'm putting her points in the exact same way I did when I was a 12-year-old because my OCD demanded it. That, you know how you get like 5 points? Each one gets 1 point, and then another one gets 1 point down, and then we do it again to the next one down, then the next one down. So she is really, really underpowered, and I have to compensate during like the big boss battles and stuff so badly with charms and all sorts of stuff. She can't use so much stuff. And then, what do you call it? Like, she can't use certain armor, she can't use certain weapons. It's just like, yeah, it's really challenging, but it's what I did when I was 12. This is how I played, and I'm loving getting to kind of do that again. I absolutely burnt out playing the game constantly for 12 months. I could see that. I've only been playing this since I think maybe the start of February, give or take. But I really do like Diablo. Like, it's my favorite game. So it's hard for me not to be enjoying it. But I do think, like, I'm on normal at the moment. I do think once I get to Nightmare and then do Hell, I'm going to want a break from it because I did a little bit of Diablo 3. I've been keeping it to my Thursdays, right? So I did a little bit of Diablo 3 and my internet kept, like, switching off every single friggin' time. So I stopped playing that, and then I got Diablo 4 and played through that. And yeah, I thought that the story was okay. I thought that was really interesting, but I hated the mechanics of like you go into a dungeon or you go into a cellar and you come back out and the entire world is replenished. It's like, come on. Like here, I already cleared this, most of it, last week, but I ran out of time. I was doing this right at the end of stream and I just didn't have time to kind of keep going. So I understand I've got to kind of come back through and I want to clear the entire